So I just saw Detective Pikachu in theaters like the rest of you probably did, and it was actually pretty good. After ragging on the trailers for quite a long time on Twitter, I'm now just eating my words, and it all came together with the disgusting looking Pokemon design choices, because I didn't know from the trailers at the time that the world in the movie, the Pokemon world, the people in that world also think they're disgusting, like Lickitung on the train, just for example. Like they treat that like it's a dog in our world or something like that. And then Ryan Reynolds, which was my biggest complaint by far, because Deadpool just isn't my Pikachu. My Pikachu just goes Pika Pika.
Pika. Pikachu, someday we'll both meet that Pokemon.
But now you're gonna have a generation of kids growing up with Ryan Reynolds' voice as Pikachu. Very, very weird for me, but I mean, he brought it together. The movie came together and he pulled it off. The original Pikachu, Iku-chan, is also still in the movie, which I loved. I'm so happy they kept her in, but it's mostly Ryan Reynolds. Sorry, my Pikachu was a girl. That's the way it was for me. This is such a weird new generation that we're in. But anyways, Justice Smith as the main character, Tim, I mean, it worked out. He had some pretty solid acting in the mime scene, and all in all, like some pretty good chemistry with a little CGI Pikachu, which is probably pretty hard to pull off. And the back and forth between him and Ryan Reynolds definitely got some laughs, if not just for how cliche everything was expected to be. And then Catherine Newton as Lucy, she wasn't developed so much, but she was a great love interest slash sidekick. Super cute and confident, definitely fit in the movie very, very well. I'm glad that character was introduced, because I felt like she was the backbone of the movie for sure. Now I'm gonna get into some spoilers, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, pause, go watch it because you're the last person on earth who hasn't seen it yet, and come back and watch this, because more than this movie, I want to talk about what's coming next. So the opening Cubone scene was pretty funny, the Lickitung scene too, we had some funny moments, and Ryan kept things pretty light throughout the movie. Pikachu getting hurt even had me all feelsy inside, and I'm sure everyone else in the theater was too, and they obviously put a lot of effort into that design, and some specific scenes, you know, were just so well done. We actually got to see a lot more Pokemon than I expected, and the fight scenes were pretty sick, even if they were way too short. I loved the Blastoise vs Gengar scene, that I was dying to see more of, and the Pikachu Charizard fight, it was nicely done. I mean, I felt like Pikachu unable to use any powers, that thing was kind of a cop-out for the budget, but it was still pretty good, and they obviously made up for it all in the end. And even the scene that was cut where Greninja captured Lucy, like, we didn't get to see that, and it would have been so cool to watch her fight back for all of 30 seconds or however long that would have been, just to see more of the Pokemon and battling and everything. The beginning scene with Mewtwo though really set the tone for the movie, especially for those of us who grew up with Mewtwo Strikes Back. It was just so nostalgic, and Mewtwo was really well done with a lot of screen time, more than I would have even liked, to be honest, because I wanted to see more Pokemon. Then the villain kind of made no sense, and there were definitely some big plot holes, but the ending was a nice shocker. Actually seeing Ryan Reynolds in the movie, that was pretty cool and unexpected. But now there's no more talking Pikachu, and Ryan Reynolds is himself again. That's kind of where this video comes in. So say this movie does well enough that they want another one, which is pretty likely if you ask me. Well, you can't really have Ryan be Pikachu anymore. Would they just have Justice and Pikachu not being able to talk to each other? I don't know if he can carry a whole movie on his own. Probably not, since Ryan was definitely the star of this for pretty much everyone, I think. But I do like the idea of normal Pikachu back, which is kind of what I wanted in the first place if they're gonna force a live action on us anyways. Imagine that we get this world and get to see way more Pokemon in it the next movie, and we get actual battles catching Pokemon, because we didn't really get to see that very much. There were no real trainer versus trainer battles, even though the beginning of the movie with the two friends kind of had us assuming that that was going to be happening. So I think an adventure in the next Pokemon movie with Iku-chan playing Pikachu's voice for the entire thing, same humor that can have both kids and adults enjoying it, and an adventure where we maybe get to see some legendaries or another Mewtwo situation would even be pretty nice, but I'd kind of like them to move past that now. Like, even with Justice carrying the movie, I think it could possibly be done right. I want to see more Pokemon in the movie next time either way, whether we change the main character or not. We could have a great sequel on our hands if so, because I think with how well this movie is doing, it won't just be a one-off thing. They're doing these live action films in the first place because they want our nostalgia money, and we're gonna give it to them regardless. I mean, look at Sonic the Hedgehog. Do you actually think anyone working on that movie actually cares about it? Absolutely not, and it showed 100% in the trailer. It's god awful, and at this point I want it to remain how it is for the memes. But Detective Pikachu was brought together well by people who are clearly passionate about Pokemon. People who probably grew up with it, and thinking about a live action with our original Pikachu voice, actual trainer battles, searching for Pokemon, and more world building, that has me excited with all of the possibilities that there are. I really want to hear from you guys in the comments. If we do get a second movie, do you think Ryan will somehow play Pikachu, come back? What do you want to see in the next film? I'm honestly really just interested. I feel like if they do pull one off, it'll be sooner than later. I wish it would come out next year. That would be awesome. I wish it would come out as soon as possible. And also, what did you guys think of Detective Pikachu? I mean, it got me excited enough to go back and watch the I Choose You 2016 movie, which actually had some damn good animation in it. I was so surprised, and now I'm gonna go watch the newest one, I believe that released in 2018 as well. Those movies really made me miss the old days and made me miss Pikachu for sure. Drop a like if you guys enjoyed the video, subscribe if you love animation. I want to hear your thoughts on Detective Pikachu and the next possible movie, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.